Good morning. It's time to get in touch. In Touch is a public affairs show dedicated to improving the lives of Susquehanna Valley residents. I'm Freddi Hammer, News Director at Backyard Broadcasting. Dwell Orphan Care exists to support and encourage foster and adoptive families in Central PA, and while mobilizing and equipping the community and local churches so that children have a safe, loving, forever home in which to dwell. That's about Dwell Orphan Care, and we're here today with the founder and executive director for Dwell, Jennifer Lake. She's advocating for children. Hey, Jen, how are you today?
Hey, Freddi. I'm great. Thanks so much for having me.
Appreciate you being on In Touch to let everybody know a little bit more about Dwell Orphan Care. You balance, Jennifer, fundraising and services for families and adoptive children as well. So you're doing a lot of work.
We are doing a lot of work. It's all, it's good work. It's important work. And we're blessed to be able to do it.
I was reading a little bit about this beginning in 2019. So you, as the founder and executive director, what was the beginning spark that began Dwell Orphan Care?
Yeah, well, I myself am an adoptive parent, and so the world of adoption and foster care and kinship care has been something that's been important to my husband and I for the past 20 years. It's always been kind of that thing that, you know, everybody kind of has that thing that keeps them awake at night, and this has been my thing. Back in about 2016, maybe 2014, God just really started stirring my heart more for the cause. And I eventually went to work for a adoption and foster care agency. And I loved the work that I did there as a resource family specialist and post-permanency specialist. I loved that work. But what I found was that foster families and families who were working towards permanency, they were just not well supported by the community at large and by the church. And it isn't because the community doesn't care, and it isn't because caseworkers don't care or the church doesn't care. They care deeply. Most times it's simply that they don't know. They don't know about the issues. They don't know what to do. They don't think they have a seat at this table. And so I really felt compelled and called to do something that wasn't being done in our area to kind of fill this gap that I was recognizing.
So when we look at Dwell Orphan Care as a 501c3 organization, we can help by donating items, we can donate monies, we can help with our time. I mean, that's really what you're trying to advocate for, getting people involved.
Absolutely, yes. So we don't believe that everyone is called to foster or adopt, but I do believe that everyone is called to do something for the cause of caring for kids from hard places and the families that love them. So you don't have to be the one that's, a foster parent or an adoptive parent. But that doesn't mean that you don't have a seat at this table, because you very much do. And so there's all kinds of ways that people can get involved, and they can do their part. So we always say that, while not everyone is called to foster or adopt, everyone can do something. So what's your something? That's kind of our question that we want people to wrestle with. What's your something for the cause? So yes, we are a nonprofit. Dwell is a 501c3, so all donations are tax deductible, and we're always, working and hustling to raise funds so that we have the necessary resources to provide our services to foster and adoptive families in Central PA.
So the volunteers that you would call upon, maybe to not be an adoptive parent necessarily, but maybe as a grant writer or a volunteer for your Hope Chests. There's 2 of them now that you have, one in Williamsport, one in Bloomsburg.
Yeah, you got it. So it's been a whirlwind of a year. We just opened our second location in Bloomsburg to serve Columbia and Montour counties. We also have our original kind of hub location here in Lycoming County.
What is a Hope Chest? How can people utilize that service?
So the Hope Chest is one of our programs here at Dwell, and basically the Hope Chest is our program that provides children who enter foster care a brand new duffel bag with about a week's worth of new clothing, new hygiene items, new bedding, comfort items, new shoes, all of those things, new socks, new underwear. So typically children come into foster care with nothing but, the clothes on their back. If they do have things that they bring with them, they're often shoved into a black trash bag, or I've seen it, I've seen kiddos come with just a Wegmans bag with a couple things in it. And it's heartbreaking. And so we say that's not okay. I have not met anybody that thinks it is okay.
Right.
And so we find out about those families, our local foster families, and we reach out to those families, and we say, hey, we understand you just welcomed a new placement of children, and we just want to love on you in some big ways. So this is who we are, and this is what we do. Would it be okay with you if we bring you a care package for your entire foster family and dinner as well? So we have a beautiful partnership with the Hillside Catering, and they provide freezer meals for us here in Williamsport area. And then we have a beautiful partnership with a caterer in Bloomsburg as well, and they provide freezer meals there. And so we can bring them dinner as well. And then we ask them, does your child who just entered care, do they need clothing and hygiene items and all of those kinds of things? The answer is almost always yes.
I'm sure.
So we get to work, and we fill a duffel bag full of all of those items, and then we deliver it to that family. We aim to do that within 24 to 48 hours of placement, or at least when we find out about that placement.
Sure.
And then we can deliver those things to that family.
Are your needs being met in that way? Or is there ever a time when you just don't have the resources to help a family that you'd like to help?
Oh, that is a great question. Yes, we do have some instances like that. We try very hard to never have to say no. We have a whole team of doers, which is amazing. But sometimes we simply don't have the resources, whether it's, financial or a physical item. We recently had a caseworker reach out and ask if we had twin-size beds, and we currently don't have the storage space to store that. So we're dreaming big for the future and just thinking and contemplating what might it look like for us to have more space and a bigger facility to hold those kinds of items so that we never have to say no.
So here you are in Lycoming County and Montour County and Columbia County. Are you looking to head further out of Central PA?
Putting me on the spot.
Dreams, Jen.
I will say that we are always remaining in a posture of openness and a posture of prayer. And so if opportunities arise for Dwell to plant another location organically in another county, and the need is there, and we can, we have the resources, we can partner with the right people, then we will absolutely follow God's lead on that and entertain that. So, we're only 3.5 years old, and it's grown just exponentially. It's been a little crazy. So I'm always trying to weigh what is our capacity right now, and then also taking a leap of faith and just trusting that God is going to provide. Where God leads, God will provide. And so, yeah, always open to entertaining those conversations.
I also noticed when you talked about what's your something, we all can do something. We can pray about it. We can do Facebook fundraising passively on our own Facebook pages. Or like you said, churches can get involved too as a care community. And that really could take some weight off of your shoulders, maybe to help let them help a little bit too. Absolutely.
And, truly, these children who are coming from really hard places, they belong to all of us, right? Mm-hmm. We are a community, and the Scripture is pretty clear about caring for vulnerable kids. And so we want local churches to be involved. Again, it isn't that the church doesn't care. It's really that the church doesn't know. Mm-hmm. Like, they don't know what to do, right? They don't know how to help. They don't know, what's my place in this? How can I be involved? I want to be involved, but don't know how. And so we coach churches and partner with churches and give them resources and training and ideas of ways to get involved, whether that's right here at Dwell, volunteering in the Hope Chest, praying over the ministry, writing encouraging notes to foster parents, being financial partners. There's so many ways to get involved. You don't have to be the family that fosters, but there's a place for you.
I love the idea of writing letters of encouragement. Yeah. What a wonderful thing.
Yeah, it's almost a lost art, right? I mean, in this digital world yes. That we live in. And so what we have started to do is once a month we have a group of volunteers that come together, and we write out handwritten cards to area foster moms. Wow. And just a note of encouragement and letting them know, hey, we're praying for you, we think of you, we're, keep going, all of that kind of stuff. And we currently have a list of a little over 100 cards that go out every month. So it's quite a feat. You'd be amazed at how tired your hand gets writing. Too.
Writing.
But it's such a beautiful act of service. That's just one small thing that somebody can do, but it brings incredible encouragement to a foster parent that might just give them that extra boost of capacity that they need to stick with it, to not give up, to not, call the caseworker and say, I can't do this anymore. We need this child to move. So I really believe that even that very small act of service brings greater capacity.
There's other work that you're doing physically, getting ready for your big 5K.
So we're expecting about 200 people. It'll be our 4th annual 5K. We call it our Miles for -1. And we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a good morning.
We're going to get you updated of that, of course, on Monday morning, because here we are talking about it in touch on Sunday. But, of course, the 5K helping out with Dwell Orphan Care, and we're looking forward to finding out how that is supporting you.
Absolutely.
Well, we want to go to dwellorphancare.org, find out information about donations, as well as their needs. There's a wish list on your website. What kind of things beyond a financial donation can be donated to Dwell Orphan Care so that we can help?
One of the things, like I mentioned, that we do is provide foster families with a big family care package upon placement. And we put all kinds of things in that are really meant to be attachment enhancing and connection for families. So we include things like brand new family board games, new children's books, super soft, comfortable blankets, art supplies for kids so that they offer, therapeutic kind of art therapy, craft kits, new Lego sets. We love Lego sets because they're great for brain activity, but also a lot of times Lego sets require help from an older sibling or an adult, and so it can be a really great connecting activity for a parent and child to do together. So all of those kinds of things we include in our foster family care packages, even things like laundry detergent, for foster parents. We put all of these items in a big laundry basket. More kids, more laundry, right? So we include, laundry detergent, gift cards, $5, $10 gift cards to a local coffee shop that we can include for mom and dad to just go have a break.
Nice.
Or gift certificates to local restaurants so foster mom and dad can go on date night. All those kinds of little things we include in our care packages. So all of those kinds of items can be donated, and it's a great time to be thinking about that with the holidays coming up. There's going to be tons of sales going on.
Yes.
New clothing for children. You're going to find all kinds of stuff on clearance. So, if people are out and about and they love to shop for deals and they see things on clearance, scoop it up, and donate it to Dwell. We would be so happy to receive those things. They go directly to local foster children and families here in Central PA. Water bottles is another thing. We don't think about that, but helping children stay hydrated is one thing that helps children regulate their emotions. And so if they have a fun water bottle, those really nice insulated stainless steel water bottles.
That can clip right on the duffel bag.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. The ones that we want.
Exactly.
Right?
The sparkly ones.
We want to get for ourselves. Those are the ones that these kiddos want too. And so, if you're out and about and you find deals on those kinds of things, always fun to shop and find a deal. So we'll take all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. If we want to do any donating in Williamsport, do we come to the Market Street location, and in Bloomsburg, the West 3rd Street location?
That's correct. Yes, that is correct. And we have, people can reach out at info@dwellorphancare.org if they have any questions about where can I drop this off, and then we'll just filter you right to the right person and get you plugged in.
I want to circle back around for your Miles for -1 5K that you had yesterday, and I just wanted to ask a little bit about why you call it Miles for -1.
That's a great question. As we talked about before, not every family is called to foster or adopt, but everyone can do something. And so the purpose of this event is really to bring us all together for one cause. So one less orphan, one less child in foster care, one less child aging out of foster care, never having a forever family, and one less family feeling unsupported. So we walk, we race, we run for one less. That's the meaning behind that.
That is such a beautiful sentiment, and I hope that it absolutely grows and continues so that the children are cared for here in Lycoming County and beyond in central Pennsylvania.
Thanks. Yeah, me too. It's become quite a movement. It's so exciting to be a part of, honestly.
You have a teaching background. Is that right, Jen?
I do, yeah. So my undergrad is in elementary education, so I was a teacher for a while and then transitioned out of that. So, yep, my background is in teaching.
You have other team members also who are foster parents and have been adoptive parents in the past. That must be exciting to work with a team who's all on the same side.
Yeah, just having that lived experience is huge. We all get it. In fact, my whole team has personal experience with foster care, kinship care, and or adoption. So we're really, I think, blessed in that way because everybody on our team has lived personal experience.
Good luck to you, Jen. If everything that you're doing with Dwell Orphan Care, it's online, dwellorphancare.org. We're looking for help financially, as well as donations, as well as just support and volunteering hours. How do we get in touch with you to say, we want to help, Jennifer?
Super easy way. Email us at info@dwellorphancare.org. I personally see all of those emails, so they will come right to me, and I can either be the one to reach directly back out or connect you to the right person. So yeah, info@dwellorphancare.org.
All right. Jennifer Lake, she's the executive director and founder of Dwell Orphan Care, and you can find them at 1157 Market Street in Williamsport. Making appointments as foster families is how you get in touch. It's not like something you can just walk on over. Make it work, right?
Correct. Yeah. So we are in the process, actually, of in the new year, we will have some kind of more regular hours, if you will, so that we can have, some more predictable, hey, we will always be here at, or somebody will always be here this time in these days. As we've grown, the need has grown and we've expanded. We're realizing that that is the next necessary step. But for now, the best thing is to just get in touch. Somebody's almost always here, but I would hate for someone to stop by and make a trip out and we're out and about in the field delivering a care package or at a meeting or whatever. So reach out.
We will absolutely make sure that folks know how to reach out by being involved here at Backyard Broadcasting. So the Bloomsburg Hope Chest location just opening in the past few weeks, 130 West 3rd Street, 1157 Market Street in Williamsport for Dwell Orphan Care and adoptive families and foster family support. We're just so grateful for your job, Jen. It just is wonderful to hear how you're helping families and children in Lycoming County.
Oh, well, thank you so much. It's a blessing, and it's a whole team effort for sure, and it takes the whole community. We very much believe that it takes a village to raise a child, and I think it takes a village and then some to foster and adopt and support these families. And so we just invite people to be part of this village and help create greater capacity. When we feel loved and nurtured and cared for, we have greater capacity to love and nurture and care for the children in our home. So that's what we do for foster families and adoptive families in our area, is hopefully give them greater capacity, and everybody has a role to play in that. So, maybe you're an individual and you can come and volunteer, or you can be a monthly sponsor at, $50 a month helps us have the resources we need. Or maybe you own a business and you serve one of our fundraising events, or you want to be a business sponsor, or maybe you're a business and you provide volunteer hours for your employees. Maybe they can come and volunteer, or so many ways to be involved.
It's just a big circle of help and love, and I'm hoping that it just continues on. And good luck with Dwell Orphan Care. Go online, dwellorphancare.org. Jennifer Lake, thanks for joining us this morning on In Touch.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
In Touch is locally produced in our studios at 1685 4 Mile Drive in Williamsport. To get in touch with us regarding questions, comments, or topic ideas, call weekdays between 8 and 5, 570-323-8200. You can also write to us at 1685 4 Mile Drive, Williamsport, PA 17701. Attention Freddi Hammer. Or email me at fhammer@backyardbroadcasting.com. For archived programs of our In Touch series, you can download and subscribe to our new Backyard Podcasting feature through a link on any Backyard Broadcasting website or obtained where podcasts are available. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Backyard Broadcasting. The programming discussed here on In Touch does not necessarily reflect the feelings or opinions of the management or staff. Thanks for listening to In Touch, a production of Backyard Broadcasting.